Howdy folks, welcome back to Boondockery. And after many months of planning, me and my brother Jay are out on Lake Hartwell in South Carolina, just a little north of Anderson, and we are finally getting our paddle on this absolutely massive lake. And I guess at one time this was one of the largest man-made lakes in the United States, and it is massive. There's no possible way you can be in any place on the lake and see the magnitude of it. You have to see it from the map or from a satellite. It's gargantuan. It goes into Georgia, South Carolina. I don't know how far north it goes. Definitely goes into North Carolina, or not North Carolina, but South Carolina and Georgia. I don't know of any other states, if any, it goes into. But we're checking out some islands, and we're headed to one right now. It's swivel you around, let you look at it. And that is Jay up there. Turn around so you can see him. One bad thing about this lake is that there is a lot of watercraft, big watercraft going really fast. So I'm certain that I am going to be catching some wakes. And they have a jet ski right now pulling a tuber. They're paying attention to those tubes, and they're not paying attention to where they're going. So they might not be able to see a canoeist or a kayaker very well. Okay, this is one of the islands that we had talked about camping on. We're going to go out and check it out. It's the smaller of the two that we were considering most likely. And it's absolutely beautiful down here. Temperature's not too bad right now. It's in the mid to upper 80s. Got a nice breeze coming off of the lake water. It is very humid though, but the breeze feels nice. We got a little bit of overcast right now, so we have a little bit of protection from the sun at the moment. And everything about this trip is like a first-time thing. I've never done a overnight kayak camp. I've never done a multi-day boat camp. And never been to South Carolina's Lake Hartwell. And this will be the first time that I met Jay Neighbors in person, face-to-face. And so far, it's been fantastic, and I don't see any reason why it's not going to be fantastic every single day. Tomorrow we're expecting a little rain. That's okay. We'll already be island up, have our camp going on. We'll gather as much firewood as we can today and tonight. It'll last us for a few days. That way, if it does come a rain all day tomorrow, we'll still have dry firewood for when it stops, and we won't have to mess with it. Well, Mike just found a decent spot to camp.
Good morning, folks. I'm horrible at this. I'll just throw that out there. I'm just absolutely horrible at filming YouTube stuff, especially when it comes to when I'm camping with other people. I get into the camping, I get caught into the moment and things like that, and the whole idea of me filming for YouTube, it just goes right out the window. Um, Yesterday's completely shot. It's done. It's over with. And I got maybe a little bit of footage when we were in the boats. Just to get you up to speed, I we found a decent island. It's called River Forks Island, and great little island. And it has a really deep cove on one side, and I'll turn you around and show you this one. But there's another cove right here, and there's another cove on the other side, and it's a decent sized island. It's at least looking probably like anywhere between 30 to 40 feet in elevation, which is pretty good for out here. I was really expecting things to be a lot flatter, and as you can probably see in the background, you'll see here in a minute, is just how wooded these things are, and it's like old growth timber, and it's excellent. There's a few things that, because this is a very heavily used lake, and so that means the islands are going to be heavily used too, and there's some trash issues and some waste issues that we discovered, and it's not cool, but it's definitely doesn't take away from the beauty of the island. Last night we came in, pulled our boats in. It was probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night when we pulled in, and got things set up. Jay got his field kitchen set up, and he fried a big old batch of fried chicken. It was awesome. While I was frying it, he noticed there was a little problem with his seal, because he kept having a fire coming out of the Coleman stove where there's not supposed to be any fire. So we got through the fried chicken thing, and we checked out the O-rings and the seals, and yeah, they're toast. And but I'll come back to that. And so, you know, we had some fried chicken. It was getting dark, and, you know, really dense cloud cover coming in. So right about dusk, close to 9 o'clock, we got hit with a wave of wind. Had to have been every bit of 40 mile per hour, very easily. And where we are, I'll show you in a second, where we are, it didn't matter which direction the wind's going to come from. The wind blew right through. We grabbed hold of tarps, wrestled them, and tried to resecure them. We did resecure them. Stuff from our camp got blew all over the place, so we had to you know, go and retrieve that and all the other stuff, and it poured. I mean, it poured. And it did this for about 30 to 40 minutes. And we've got, I think it's Elsa, Tropical Storm Elsa. We're supposed to be getting the, you know, the side effects of that coming through, and that's what we thought it was. And we were both thinking, Brother Jay, if this does like this is going to be an absolutely horrible 48 hours. And after, like I said, you know, it was probably close to 40 minutes. Could have been an hour. It's hard to tell because I wasn't paying attention to my watch. I was paying attention to holding things down and battening down the hatches the best we could. But you know, it finally did subside, and we did eventually get to bed and get some sleep. I got into my hammock right at about let's say 1:30. I think Jay stayed up a little bit longer, and I got okay sleep, because when I hear the wind picking up again, you know, the stillness of the lake just turned into surf, like you're on the ocean. You hear those waves crashing against the shore, and you know, it would start raining, the wind would pick up again. I'm like, oh, here we go. But it never got to where it was before, which I'm very, very thankful for. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and walk you along the shore of this cove here, and then I am going to take you over into camp and introduce you to Jay, and just show off our camp, our boats, things like that. and we're just killing some time right now. It's supposed to clear off a little bit, and if all that goes well, we'll be loading the boats back up, finding another island to camp on tonight, and just keep going on from there. Just do a little island hopping here on Lake Hartwell. And I'll show you this, and we'll take her from there. This is the cove. This is the cove. And it's crazy. This it reminds me of being on the ocean, because the water is crystal clear. You see that? Absolutely crystal clear. And the sand, you know, very nice. When it's dry, it looks a lot brighter. But we got some more rain this morning. Yeah, I checked out that island over there, or that little spur. There's possibility of camping on, and it didn't work out real well. There's a lot of dense undergrowth. So this little spot right up here, you can see where it gets really narrow. This is real close to where we camped. And I'm using my Hennessy hammock because it's very compact. But as I saw last night with the windstorm, that little teeny tiny tarp doesn't do a whole lot of protection from driving wind and rain. But this little area right through here, you got probably an area about 20 feet of ground separating this cove here from the opening to the other cove. This right here is my camp. I said it's a Hennessy rig, and I had the hammock slung a little higher last night when all this was going on, and dropped it down when the weather looked like it was clearing off a little bit, and just get a little airflow. Didn't want to get too sweaty in there. Actually, it turned out pretty well. I'm going real minimalistic. There's my good camera, which is in the dry box, which is going to stay there until I have sunny weather. I'm not going to risk that again. And that bag there has my camp and my clothes in it, and tripods, more camera stuff. This right over here is our communal tarp we brought in. That's where we hung out last night while we were waiting for the weather to improve. There's the camp stove we had the seal problem with, and I told you I'd bring you back to that. Now what we did is Jay found a rubber band that he had wrapped around his guy lines for his tarp, and he used those as a replacement for the seal or the O-ring, and it works perfect right now. And yeah, we came out fairly heavy for this because we were out here several days. We're 4 nights, 5 days, and Jay loves to cook and I love to eat, so it all works out perfect. And we're going to do a good bit of both. Here's Jay's camp. We got his gold armor tarp. That's right over there's the gold armor tarp that Jay got me. I did a review on that. Well, it wasn't really a review, it was an overview, but it might as well have been a review because it's just like, from my experience with it, it turns out absolutely fantastic. And got that going on. Here's our boats. We had to pull those up close to shore, or much further up on the shore last night, because those waves were getting crazy. We didn't want to lose our boats, so we pulled them up here. And another thing too, you know, if we're going to be sleeping up here and our boats are about 30-40 yards away from us, that's not a brilliant thing to do, especially if we're sound asleep and someone decides they want to quietly come up and help themselves to a couple decent boats. And this is where we came in last night, and I told you this is sort of a little cove here. You can see that. Comes right in through here. But there's a big deep cove that goes in through there. And I can't remember if I tried to film that yesterday or not. Like I said, I'm not good at this. I can't plan out shots and things like that, and especially when I'm camping with somebody else. I want to enjoy the camping, and a lot of times that means I completely forget about the filming. But it is what it is. So right now, you are officially up to speed on what's going on, and like I said, we're waiting on the weather to break, and I'm seeing some blue skies out there in the distance. Let's see if you can see that too. Yeah, blue skies right over through there, and as those advance toward us and things clear up, we're going to go ahead and pack up, and we're going to find ourselves another little island to camp on tonight. At some point, I'll bring you back. I have no idea if or when that's going to happen. But when it does, I'll see you then. Well, we broke camp, got everything packed up in the boats, and we're ready to push off.
Yeah, I like your wheels.
Yeah.
See mine,
No, I didn't.
I got a folding set with a kickstand. I keep forgetting you have been through a lot of similar situations as I have.
Share a lot of similar pains. Yeah, oh yeah. Just keep getting older every day.
Yeah, that's all right.
But trying to do it with style.
One day at a time.
Yep.
What is that little balloon?
Yeah, that's the balloon.
You want to skirt that one and check out the other side over there? If ain't,
Sure.
Well, if ain't no bunch of people there.
Yep. I can't wait to get on the road again. I can't get over how clear this water is.
Yeah, it stays like this most of the stays like this most of the year until falling season.
Yep. Well, we're leaving our little island and we're headed to the one I just turned the camera away from. It is probably about 10 times the size of the one we just left, and it was a pretty nice little island that we left. And, we're about island hopping, and who knows, maybe this island might be big enough to where we can hit a couple different camps on this one. There's a couple little terrain features that sort of separate portions of the islands a little bit by very narrow little sections of land, just long and narrow, sandy, and the island itself is sort of like leaf shaped, like an oak leaf, and a lot of inlets. It's pretty cool. When I was looking at all this on satellite imagery, you don't have a clear understanding just how beautiful these things are, or the old growth timber that's on these trees, these islands. The trees are very large. Yep. Yes. There's a watermelon.
Huh?
There's a watermelon.
Here?
Right there.
Holy cow.
Well, we're cleaning up breakfast, and as a result, we call them brim.
Yeah.
The brim are enjoying our cleanup. Good morning, folks. Actually, it's not too far off from noon. We hit a new campsite last night, set up camp and everything, and had a great supper. Jay grilled us some steaks, had some baby potatoes. It was awesome. And again, I'm horrible at this. It's like the whole idea of constantly having the camera, constantly capturing stuff and things like that. It's not in my nature right yet. And it's just, I'm not good at it. And the idea is I've driven a very, very long way to get here, and, you know, paddling from island to island. Like yesterday, we left the one island that we camped, and to get to the island we are now, you saw the island, or you will see it when, you know, I edit this together. And okay, there's the island. You're paddling, you're paddling, you're paddling. Well, half an hour goes by and you're still paddling. It doesn't look like you're any closer. And so, you know, it's a little bit of work. And of course, once you get into an area, you pull into a cove you think is pretty good. And you know, you always want to go around and look around, things like that. I think one of the areas that we stopped by yesterday, I think the sole purpose for that area was a latrine. Because as soon as we got in off of the beach and into the woods, all you saw were areas of toilet paper, because of course, you know, no one can actually dig a cat hole. But anyway, you know, you come in, you set up camp, and it was hot. It was very humid, and you know, it's tiring paddling and stuff, and I ain't no spring chicken. And so I honestly, just be perfectly honest with you, I was enjoying my conversation and visiting with Jay. I was just enjoying the evening, just too much to pull out the camera. And you know, that makes me a horrible YouTuber. I'm a horrible YouTuber. But this is such a beautiful place, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Now, I might regret not having good footage when I go to edit it to post this, but I'm not going to regret not enjoying and embracing the time that I have to visit with Jay and to just relax for a change. And it's been very, very nice. So I'm going to probably do these morning things, might shoot a couple other little things as we go, and if that's all that happens, that's all that happens. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm like, last night I woke up once. I went to bed at 10:30, so it was probably 11 by the time that I actually got into the hammock. Laid down, woke up once, and said, okay, it's starting to get a little chilly. Pulled my whoopee up over me and slept the rest of the evening, and I woke up around 7:30 this morning. That is a record, because usually, because my knee and my back and everything else, I'm tossing and turning all night, and the best I can hope for is a good solid hour of sleep. Nope, not last night, the whole night, except one time I woke up for a few seconds to pull my whoopee up over me. And this area is pretty cool. I'll show you around a little bit. It really looks like that's my camp. This walled area here is built up with stone. You have another area right up there that's built up with stone too, and they actually look like roadways. And I've found fantastic. This is the stuff that's left over by other campers. It's sort of like they don't have any ethics whatsoever. We've got 3 garbage bags with us right now, and one of them is almost full, and we're going to be filling them up as we go. And just as soon as we can get to an area that we see that has a trash can, we'll drop them off. Not, we'll take them back to Jay's house and throw them away. You can see there's all these built up leveled areas. It's like these roadways, and I would say that these actually probably existed before they built the reservoir. and I am barefooted and loving it. I have a pair of Merrell low top hikers that were built to be, you know, dry quickly and easily and breathe. No, it's a lie. It's an absolute lie. I got in the boat, waded in the water with them on my very first outing there, and because of the storm on that first night, I chose to leave them on just in case we had to do some emergency camp repairs. And there's the culprits right there. And you know, so I left them on, and by the time we got everything packed up and ready to load up and to come to the next island, I had been wearing my shoes for, you know, a good long time, soaking wet, and so I was starting to get some immersion foot because I could feel my feet hurting. So as soon as we got here, and as soon as I got those off, and my feet were in rough shape. And if you don't know anything about immersion foot, do a Google on it, and you'll see it's not a good thing. And years ago I got trench foot, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. It looked like someone had surgically attached a corpse's feet to my legs, and it smelled like it too. But as a result, I get immersion foot really easily. But right now they're feeling great. I'm going to show you our camp setup here. This is Jay's canoe, kayak, hybrid. There's mine. There's the camp again, you know. And this is where all the magic happened last night, this morning. This morning, Jay made us some breakfast burritos with sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, leftover potatoes from the steak last night. He's doing all the dishes too. And yeah, it was just been a super relaxing evening with phenomenal food and phenomenal fellowship. And so again, like, if I'm a bad YouTuber because I'm not filming every aspect of this, that's okay. I can live with it. That man right there is who I came to visit, and that's what's going to happen. And if some filming gets done along the way, that'll get done. Want to say hey there, Brother Jay?
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah, I'll get and sign off for now. We'll talk to you here again in a little bit.
Oh, that friggin' flag was slapping me in the back, and I thought it was rain.
Yeah.
I was fixing to say, see, I told you.
Whoops, sorry.
Yeah. That is rain. Flag said, ha, I got you.
Yeah, it's starting to drizzle. Well, we are now headed off to we don't know where, and it doesn't really matter. We're having fun doing it. We're going to go around the south end of the island and see what we can see over there. There's a couple of tiny little islands. Wherever we wind up, we will wind up. Once we get out of this little cove, what I've been calling, I tried to call it a lagoon the other day. I called it a galoon. A galoon. And we have ospreys, gray herons, kingfishers, everything around. And maybe if we get lucky, we'll be able to see one by accident anyway. Turn around, let's see the pretty environment we're going to be into. Let's see. There, try to get you, try to get you. Hey, we got you. Oh, look out, look out. Oh, oh. Tragedy, tragedy. Yeah, this looks really pretty here. Yeah, right up through there. Reminds me of Lake Hope back home. Almost every single part of these islands we've been to, there's been trash everywhere. And here, it's not just trash, but there's flotation devices up here. We just crossed in front of an area that had old barbecue grills and stuff on it. And he's right here, this big white thing right over there, that right there is a flotation section from a dock. And we've seen several of those too. Some of them are the new and improved closed boxes, and then you have a bunch of these that are the foam, and they had to be encapsulated in some type of plastic sheeting. And this one doesn't even have that, but this stuff is everywhere. Every place we've gone so far, we've collected a bag of trash, and yeah, it's ridiculous.
This is what me and Travis spend most of our fishing trips doing.
Contact some of these breweries and some of these distillers of all these containers we've been picking up. They can sponsor that. No, I can see it online.
can't say that using their islands, we didn't leave it better than we found it. Every place we've been, we left it better than we found it.
Oh yeah.
I swear, man. But what gets me is it seems like every new one we go to,
Yep. That's a great way to spend part of your vacation, picking up somebody else's garbage. Like you see, it literally just took us about 2-3 minutes of just walking around picking stuff up. We've got one full bag of garbage, and I literally we could make a full-time job of this, couldn't we, Brother Jay?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's just it's sinful for how beautiful this place is for people to leave it trashed up the way they did. And this is, you know, this is my first time here, but Brother Jay, every single time he comes out here, he goes fishing and such, he's doing the same thing, brings trash bags with him every single time. So, it's crazy. If people had room to put it in their boats and bring it over, they definitely had room to put it back and take it home with them. Makes no sense. There's some weather on the other side of the sandbar. There's some weather on the other side of the sandbar. Need some nuts and bolts tightened up, but it's actually halfway decent.